Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why, when everything is falling and all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know. Closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found.
I think I'm unmuted. Hi, everybody. Wow. You know, you think you have all this time to get ready, and then it's like racing. For anyone joining us, this is Claudette Huber. I am Claudette Huber, owner and operator and creator of the most magical store, metaphysical store in Canada. There, I can say that's my store. I can say whatever I want to say about it. Yeah, we're located in Dawson Creek, British Columbia in Canada. And I want to say hello and welcome to everybody watching and those that will be joining us later. We always love to check how many people are viewing and how many people have liked and subscribed on YouTube. That's exciting for us too. So this show is all about just having really wholesome conversation, real conversation about things that are going on in my life. And if you want to talk about something that's going on in your life, I am more than happy to talk with you about it. The chat room is very busy in there normally, so you can put comments in there, and I'm always looking to see what you're saying in between my little channel messages or insights that I want to share with you all. I will read them and we'll go back and forth. What is today's show going to be about? Today's show, we talked about that we were going to work with our pendulums. So I hope that you've all brought your pendulums, and if you don't have one handy with you, but you know where it is, hurry up, go get your pendulum. We are going to be working with our pendulums. Maybe you're unsure about how to program your pendulum. I just thought it would be fun to just show you what I did with my pendulum and how I deal with a new pendulum. So this is just basically for someone who's brand new with pendulums. Hey, Blake, you made it. How are you doing? So I have so much stuff to talk about today. Blake, you got a pendulum? If not, you could make one, you know, while you're listening to me talk. It's just really simple. You could put it on a fish line or on a thread and put a little charm on the end, and we could get that little pendulum programmed to you and your energetic signature. Well, I'm going to get my little cheat. Yes, very well, thanks. No, I will just watch. You got it. I can do that. I can have you just watch the show.
No Instagram.
I know there's no Instagram. That's why I'm a little rattled and I didn't start off the normally the way I do. I got a check mark over here, but Instagram for some reason doesn't want to play. So if I go to create and I go to live video, it's asking us for the title. Bear with me, Blake. I'm just going to try to do this again. Cherish. The show is called Cherish the Small Things. Let's just see if it'll do it. Audience, we're going to public. Next. Now it's going to give us a new stream key code, and this is the problem. I feel like I don't think I can add the stream key after we're in the show. And it just didn't want to connect. It wasn't connecting. You weren't seeing it, but I was going back and forth, trying to get it to connect. Because if I go here, hang on a minute, guys. If I go here, oh, I might be able to hook in Instagram. Hang on. Okay, I'm copying the stream key. We're going back into the studio for just a sec. I'm going to go over here. Here, why don't we go remove for a sec, and then I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here, Command V, because I have the new stream key, save the changes. Thanks for putting up with me right now. We're just going to see if we can't salvage stream or Instagram. Now, it should be connecting, and I don't understand. See, I can't click on Go Live. Select Go Live. It's not doing it. Last week, for some reason, it worked. It was shocking. So I might go check on it later during the show and see if something, maybe. This is, I'm talking to people. I'm not just talking to myself. I promise, guys. I've got David, my husband, in studio here, and Christopher, as usual. They're both in here making sure that I get off running on 2 feet and the show is going well. And, of course, there's always a hiccup, it seems. So Instagram, for some reason, I can't get it to hook up. Connect. It doesn't want to connect, so I'm going to drop that for now. What did we call our show today? Well, you might have heard me say it as I was trying to get Instagram connected. Today's artwork is a little bizarre. It's, I don't know, a little dark. Look at this. This is not our usual art. Cherish the small things. And I don't doubt for a minute that that hand gesture is anything like that was intentional. I feel like that's an esoteric symbol. And if anyone knows what that means, I would love to know. I certainly will be researching that a little closer. But for anyone who's been watching the show, they would know that I don't look ahead of time to find out the meaning of the card or anything. So I just looked at the picture, that's it, to get the title. So I don't know what that means, but like she's using that finger. It's kind of awkward, right? I don't hold flowers that way, do you? We would hold flowers, I don't know. I kind of use these 2 fingers, I think. But I wouldn't go hold a flower like that. That's kind of weird and interesting. And then there's bugs. There's like a beetle and moths. A bird. I'm guessing that's the moon behind the hand. For a second there, I thought, I'm going to count how many fingers are on this hand, because this hand is a little creepy for me. It does mean something, right, Blake? Yeah. Well, if any of you intrepid listeners out there want to research what that hand gesture means and put it in the comments, we would love to know. Interesting. So today's show, what are we at? We are episode 18, first season. Our first season, we're already on show 18. That's crazy to me. Well, hopefully we have many, many seasons and many shows, and I will look back at this and burst out laughing at all of the hiccups and problems and technicalities we have on every show. One good thing, one great thing, guys, is we now have good internet. So I don't know if you noticed the quality of the show last week, but it was much better. There wasn't the buffing, and I was able to like not get lost in halfway through a sentence trying to catch up and wonder where you guys left off. So I'm really thrilled about that. I think it's time to read what that card means, right? There's so much to talk about, guys. That's why I'm like, keep going. I want it to flow. So we're going to read about what that card means. And so I'm going to put this here on add this picture over here. You don't need to see me so much. Maybe like that. This is the deck we use every week. Dream Song Oracle, written by Angi Sullins, and the artwork is by Marta Orlowska. It's a beautiful deck. We often have them for sale at the store. I'm out again, but if you want me to order a deck for you, I certainly can bring one in for you, or you can get them on Amazon. And for those of you that follow me on, I can see you guys are looking at me. We're all good? Okay, good. It's a little distracting over there, but I think it's good. On YouTube, at the end of in the description, if you click on that, you get to see all the different things that I mention in the show. There'll be links there on how to go and find those people or go visit that page. So that's super fun. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things on this show, and just be sure to give me a little bit of time after the show, but I never go home until all the show notes are done. So by later this evening, usually around 11 o'clock, definitely all the links should be there. Okay, so let's dive in here. What is our card number? 16, sweet 16, cherish the small things. Now, is this going to be another public card reading where it's a card for me? It seems like my life has been so public lately. All right. A poet once said, "Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things." Oh, that's so true. Yeah. I'm going to stop right here and talk a little bit. I was talking to a friend about how I've been really going inside and thinking, and of course, a lot of retrospective thinking, right? When you're looking to dismantle a business that you've just spent 9 years building up. But I said, I feel like since the pandemic, I have been in in that survival mode. I don't know if I have completely let out that sigh of relief, like it's over finally. Because for me, it's never been over. I remember feeling a little bit of angst and just resentment when I'd hear some people say, "Oh, thank God that's over," right? And they're going on their hunky-dory way. Meanwhile, I'm looking at all the rubble, not literally the rubble, but I'm just looking at all of the massive destruction that happened in my life as a result of that pandemic, and it wasn't over. And I feel like ever since then, I have been fighting to keep the store going, keep it alive. And it's not that people don't want the shop. They want the shop. It was just finances, and everybody was affected, right? So yeah, I've been feeling like I've been missing out on all the little stuff because I've been so hyper-focused on that big thing. And I just really want to learn how to redirect my thoughts. So part of that was I need to spend more time for myself. Having said that, you know what I'm done? I'm not open on Mondays anymore. I'm only going to be open on Tuesday all the way through to Saturday, but then Sunday and Monday I'm closed, just to give me 2 days. And I've already noticed such a big difference by having those 2 days off. Wow, it is like super quiet in the chat room. I feel like I'm missing something, but I guess not. It's just you and me, Blake. We're going to have fun tonight, aren't we? So let's keep reading this card. Get some time for you. I know, that's what it is. That's what it is. I need to reconnect. In a busy and distracting world, it can feel like an Olympic feat to take the time to notice little things. Yes. To pause and wonder at the parade of black ants crawling along a tree branch, or the arc of flight made by a lone butterfly. Do you know how comforting it is? Hi! Kyla's here! There's 2 of us! Oh, and Corey's here! You deserve the days off. Thank you. Aw, so we're not alone. There's some people here. I do feel like there's so much comfort when you do take time for yourself to just pause, even when you're having a really crappy time, like you're struggling with something, like you're in high like anxiety and panic over a situation. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to step outside of the building, or step outside, literally go outside and just take a deep breath, remove yourself from the situation, put yourself in a new environment, and then start observing. Just be very still and quiet and observe around you. It really helps get yourself back to a more regulated state, a more calm state, and you start to see the beauty around you. And it can be even on a street corner. Beauty is everywhere. I will look up in the sky, as simple as looking up in the sky, and I'll be thinking to myself, I remember what it was like laying on the grass when I was young and scrying the clouds, looking and seeing what kind of shapes. And then your mind would just start to wander from there, and you'd be thinking, what about those big elemental beings that we know nothing about? We know nothing about them, and I believe they exist. Even at that young of an age, I was aware that there was a greater existence of beings around us, that we were just kind of like the ants, unaware of these great big giant entities and beings. So I think, look anywhere. You can simply watch a bird go to a bird feeder and find something beautiful. Earlier this week, Dave and I had a morning to ourselves, which was just fantastic. And he called me over and over the kitchen sink, and we're looking out the window, and here's this bird with a red breast. And it wasn't like a red robin, was it, David? I can't remember what the bird was. Maybe a finch, but to me finches are more bright. Like there was something brownish about them as well. Anyway, I just thought, how beautiful is that? How beautiful nature is. Like Creator has created an abundance of different birds, and all of them are unique, and all of them are thriving and living their lives. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just really want you to just not get lost in all of the noise and the panic, okay, guys? Go out there and to get yourself distracted, and it'll help you focus and get grounded, and so you can get back into the fight again. But you'll be in a better place, a more peaceful place. It helps to know the world is a lot bigger than your world, and that we're all connected. Yeah, and speaking of birds, last week, and I didn't mention it, I had a couple of girls walk into the shop, and they were here in Dawson Creek for like a bird watching convention. And I just had to laugh inside, and the girls kind of looked at me funny, but I felt like, am I in England or something? I love watching English shows, and that seems to be like quite a popular pastime over there. You see it in their shows all the time. And for a second there, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in Dawson Creek, BC. So yeah, there were people from all over the world who flew out to Dawson Creek because that's where the bird watching convention was. So it was super cool. I don't remember where they were from, but they did. Oh yeah, they just traveled in from Fort St. John, and they felt pretty lucky because they said there were like international travelers there for this bird watching thing, and they just had to travel in from Fort St. John, so they were enjoying meeting new people. And I wish I would have known, but I know that they're kind of an inclusive group, bird watchers. It's kind of secretive, so I didn't ask too many questions. What do we got going on? Brenda! A smile will light up happy thoughts. You got it, girl. Smile can turn everything upside down, right? Well, should we finish reading this? I just went on a total tangent, and I think I still had something else I wanted to tell you, but I can't think of it now. Any time spent in wonder pays deep dividends in real time. Okay, exactly what I said. When we notice the little things, our heart opens to curiosity. Yes. And even saying curiosity, I feel like, bye guys, thank you. I feel like not only curiosity, but because we're more grounded, we have more room to invite something new in or see something that we would blocked because we're so tunnel visioned into that panic mode of surviving through that situation. When we remove ourselves and give ourselves that chance, go out and have a smoke, whatever it is that you do it, because you know, it gives you that moment to kind of gather yourself and you ground and you have room to accept something new, a new idea maybe, or a thought that you didn't hear earlier because you were just so focused and so upset. So when we notice the little things, our heart opens to curiosity. Curiosity is the beginning of any adventure or great project. Yeah. Only in the open spaces can we gaze at the possibilities and have the bravery to ask, what if? And why not? Love it. I love what ifs and why nots. I pretty much live my life to that. It's very freeing and it is exciting. You're always having adventures. So yeah, Dream Song Oracle. Easily purchased on Amazon. If you want me to bring you a copy because that's not your thing, I'm happy to bring in a copy for you. And having talked about Dream Song and given a kudo out to Angi Sullins and Marla, I need to talk to you about her. You know how I showed you her her website? I want to show you something that you're just going to be gobsmacked. I gasped when I looked. So I'm just going to make sure I've got a Facebook. I'm going to go share with you guys. Hang on a minute. Share screen. Share screen. And I'm going to my Facebook. Share. So yeah, here we are. We're on the end. Look at this. Oh my God, that's her house, guys. That's her house. I feel so bad for her. This was a flash flood and she's still living through it. You see her posts on her page as she's navigating it, and she's like a Wonder Woman. I wanted to support her, and I'll show you in a minute, and I ordered some books, and literally she's messaging me after I put the order in to say thank you and talk about international orders and whatnot. I was just like, oh my gosh, she's got so many bigger things to worry about, and yet she took time out to answer me. On her post, it says like over 30 buckets of water from the shop vac, and they weren't even nearly done getting all that water out of their home. She says so much art, so many keepsakes, heirlooms. You can only imagine. I know people listening will have had their own experiences with flooding and how devastating it can be. So Oh, excuse me. I'm just going to mute myself for a minute because I want to. But I just wanted to let you know, if we could keep her in our prayers, in our prayers, keep her in our prayers, and just be thinking and giving her courage and strength and good influence with the the adjusters for her insurance. Just anything you can think of, send it her way. It's just terrible. Her and Silas, her husband, they're dealing with a lot right now. They don't have a GoFundMe page set up. She said at this point she wanted to wait and find out, what their insurance company was going to have to say about that. Just looking to see. So, yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. But I also want to take you over to what I was doing today. I wanted to support her, and I thought, how do I support her? So I went over I saw that on her Facebook page. I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to X this so I can go here. She was talking about her book launch that happened right at the same time of this. Can you believe that? Well, that's all right. We're going to go into, I can just show you because I've got the page open, but I think that I need to stop screen. Hi, guys. And I'm going to go into here again because we want to share. I want to show you something different. Yeah, Wonder Shop. Share. Okay, so here we are. So these are her poetry books she's just had released. Unmasking a Myth, Changing the Feminine Narrative One Poem at a Time. And also this book. So there's two books. This is crazy. This looks like a Care Bear with the rainbow on his belly. I was just like, oh my gosh. The Fragile and the Fierce, it's titled. Poetic Remedies for the Tender, the Tired, and the Unyielding. God, that sounds like me in a nutshell. The thing is, of course, she's in the States, so it makes it quite expensive. I just always loved her poetry, so of course I've indulged. I'm getting her books, and once we get them, I will read from time to time a poem. I think that would be super cool. And look at this poster. I couldn't help myself. I've ordered it from her, and it will be signed. I'm really excited about that. And of course, it's not free shipping, so she's still got to get back to me on that. And she'll let me know. So I'm just going to remove. I will have in the show notes again how to get to her page and how to order the books. You do have to click through a couple of extra things if you do want to get her books, because we are international. I know, Blake. Where was that? I can't tell you. I looked on her site, on her Facebook page, and she's pretty cryptic. And I think being a celebrity of sorts, like higher up there, and I think that for their own safety, it's not stated where she is exactly. But wow, it's so sad to see that, and my heart goes out to her. And I can't believe what a trooper she is. Like, the fact that she's still posting things and inspiring other people, and she's dealing with all this loss. But, I feel like people in this spiritual walk, we look at things differently. No matter how devastating they seem to be, you choose to look at the other side. You go through it, you're upset, but you also know there's got to be a bigger plan. There will be sun at the end of this journey, and I feel like that's kind of what she's doing. She's just going through it and thankful for what she's thankful for each day, looking for things to be thankful for, and she's going to get through this. Yeah, it is devastating. So I don't know. That's one of the things I wanted to tell everyone. Oh my God, you guys, our girl, the lady that we've been reading cards from, and to see that she was going through that, I wanted to share it with all of you and let you know so you can keep her in her prayers, because there's power in prayer. Well, what's our next thing here? Well, we need to make sure that we acknowledge our show moderator, our spirit show moderator, Grace Walsh. She's always in the house looking after the show for me and making sure all those others that I can't see, they're across the veil, but they're in the room. She lets them know the rules of conduct during a live show. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate that. So Grace Walsh was a mentor to me, and she said she would never leave me, so she's here from the other side watching over. And so I always like to give her a mention on the show because she's a lovely lady, and she's still a lovely lady, and she's doing a fantastic job of moderating. And I also want to dedicate this show to Charlene Simpson McCain. Again, she was a show host in my early days of searching for answers. She was a very special lady to me. She really showed me it was okay to go way out there and check stuff out and explore who you are. Who do you want to be? And it's okay. Go as weird as you need to figure out who that is, who you are. Well, Christopher told me what the weather was today, 22 degrees Celsius. We had points in the day where I'd look out and all of a sudden I could see the bright sunshine coming through my window. I'd be like, oh, there you are, sunshine. We've had a lot of rain and just overcast, and I'm not complaining. We need it. But and it was just nice to see a burst of sunshine. I definitely could not live on the coast where there's so much overcast weather and rain. I love the plants down there, don't get me wrong. It's like they're on steroids or something. It's just so lush. But the trade-off is all the rain, and I need sunshine. I so need sunshine. Yesterday, I was waiting for takeout, and I'm sitting in the truck, and the sunshine popped out, and I'm like a cat when I'm in the sun. I want to go just lay in it. So I literally decided to, rest my head on the headrest of the vehicle, and I'm just laying back there and enjoying the sun on me. And then I could hear all this strange language, and it was getting louder and then more animated, and it seemed like there were more people talking, and I realized when I opened my eyes and looked where it was coming from, I'm like, oh my God, that's a traffic circle. Almost every show I talk about this mile zero post right downtown, and I was parked maybe like half a block away, well within my view, and here was an international family. I don't know what their ethnicity was, but it was certainly a different language, one I wasn't familiar with, and they were just trying to get their photo in, and of course they're trying to navigate through the traffic. It wasn't heavy traffic, but stand in the picture, and they had children, so they were trying to get everybody in the right position and smiling all at the same time. And I had to giggle, and I thought about you guys in the show, and I thought, I should take a picture of them taking a picture of themselves. I didn't, but I thought I would mention it today. It's going to get to be a high of 10 tonight, so yeah, just moderate temperatures, really. Nothing too crazy. I know one of my customers today, she came in and she was like sweating, and I don't know if I would say it felt like it was that hot. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Well, I guess we're just going to jump into another cool thing. When I went to grab my laptop up front for the show, I was surprised because this caravan across the street caught my eye. It was like, I felt like I was looking at a gypsy vehicle or something. It was weird. And I told Christopher, I said, come over here, come take a look. So he come out and he had a look as well. And he's like, I don't know what that is. And I said, well, there's some big lettering at the back of this guy's vehicle. Well, I didn't know if it was a guy, but we did later learn it was a guy. And so I Googled it, and I found out he has a YouTube channel. And this guy, let me show you. I'm going to do this again, so you know what? I don't even need to be there. Can we do this without me? I don't know. Yes, we can. There we go. So this caravan, I mean, literally, look at it. How can you not notice something like that? And up here was the name, and it turned out it's the name of his YouTube channel, Fabian Viaja. So I could not resist. I had to go find out what the heck is this? What's going on? David showed up later, just, because he likes to come in and make sure Chris and I are okay getting set up for the show. And I said, honey, did you see that car? He totally missed it. Can you believe it? He pulled up, he parked at the shop, and he did not see that vehicle. To me, that's a pretty odd looking, interesting vehicle. So I thought, when he said, no, I didn't see anything, I thought, oh, it's probably not there and he's not going to get to see it. Blake, he was from Argentina. So you got a story to tell us, Blake? Yes, I went online and I Googled him. So here's his YouTube channel if you want to follow him. He doesn't speak English, I think, very well, because all his videos, well, the video I watch, and I assume most of them are like that, there's like somebody talking that's not his voice in English. But he's in this old vehicle. It's a Ford Ranchero 77. And there were videos I could see where he was like outfitting it. So the green part on the top of his vehicle there, he's like living in that. And he's traveling across Canada. He's going to Alaska. Yeah, from Argentina. So it's pretty funny in his video because, you're getting to see someone having a reaction to what is very normal to us, all the day-to-day stuff. Oh, you saw him at the art gallery. Okay, I'm wondering if Serena, who works at the tourism office, she probably saw him too then, hey Blake? Because I imagine that he would have went there. He was parked in front of Simple Pleasure for quite some time. And so when David showed up, I thought, okay, let's go over. I mean, my God, this guy is like a strobing, like look at me kind of messaging coming off of this vehicle. I'm sure he's not going to be upset if we go up and do small talk. So we got as far as we crossed the street over to Simple Pleasures on that side of the street, and he was literally pulling away. So I didn't get to talk to him, but we were very close to getting over there. But I still wanted to say that was kind of cool, and it was across the street. And I just had to post this other picture. David thought, the close-up of his vehicle was the good one, and I agree, but for those people that aren't familiar with Dawson Creek, it's kind of, this picture on the left is kind of neat too, because it gives you an idea of what our landscape looks like. So you can see that hill in the background and our blue skies, and how I was just talking about the weather. It was it was clouds, right? So sometimes the sun would be covered, but it was sure nice to see that blue from instead of all the smoke and everything. And what you can see here, that's a school. Yeah, that's a Catholic private school right there. So yeah, just a little view of what our street looks like from the other side, from where I'm at. I'm over here on the left side before that school. And you can just see that camper truck, I don't know, on its way. And I thought he probably would love the shout out, and he probably would love for people to follow him on YouTube. So I felt like I'd do him a favor. There he is. I've put on the bottom of the picture the Instagram, the Facebook, and his YouTube. And again, that stuff will be in the show notes later for you to look at. So let's put me back here. Hello. Yeah, wanted to bring that up because that was kind of fun. And there was which I don't know what that was about, but he literally had like a letter slot at the back and the word tip on the top. So like he was accepting tips. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But I guess it's just like having a YouTube channel and someone's tipping you there. I think he's probably, like, he had a lot of viewers on his YouTube channel. So he must be, people must recognize him and then they're throwing gas money in or something, which is kind of cool and fun. That's neat. Yeah. I think that's all I wanted to say about that. Yeah. Just kind of neat. Well, should we work on our pendulums? I thought that I would start right from the ground up with you guys just so you can see my process. And of course most of my pendulums are at home, but I have this guy. I dug him out of my shelf. Oh, Blake will probably really appreciate that. He literally hangs on my elephant, my brass elephant figurine, and he sits here when I need a pendulum. I don't really use a pendulum that much, but there are some people that absolutely love pendulums. Yes, I love that. I know you did. I know you would. Okay, so I think that's interesting. So number one, because I haven't used this pendulum in a long time, and I don't even know if I've programmed it, to be honest, because it's, like I said, it's not really my go-to. I thought that I would start and just show you my process. So I am going to smudge. I want to get this pendulum ready. Now, if I was at home, I probably have that pendulum sitting in a bowl of salt, and then I would leave this, take the salt out the next day into the yard. So we're just gonna get this puck, charcoal puck going, and of course you want to put that puck in so that it's like the bowl side is facing up. I'm gonna put this away. And I'm going to grab my other bowl. Excuse me. And I'm going to put some tallow. I just have a bunch. I don't know. It's kind of hard for you to see probably. But it's full of, like, and you can hear it stop fizzing now because I've fed it. It's full of chips of tallow, which I prefer, honestly, to then sticks. And I'm just going to put a little bit of my diamond willow in here because I love diamond willow. So I have this diamond willow fungus. If you have asthma, like if you suffer from asthma or you have a cold, diamond willow is fabulous. We do get some in from Saskatchewan, Neepseep. That's available that you can come in and purchase. It's a very sweet smell. It's really nice. So I'm going to put that there. And in this container, because I love containers, I have a bunch of lavender buds. I just take a couple of those because I love the smell of lavender. It's very calming, and I feel like it's kind of my signature. Lavender for gentleness. So here we go. Let's give ourselves a blessing here. And I'll do it for everybody. I just want you to close your eyes and just take in this wonderful vibe that blessing that I'm going to give to all of us. Dearly Father, in the name of Jesus, and all those who watch over us and have only the best and the highest intentions for all of our viewers, including myself, to the gods and goddesses and all those who only want the very best for us, for our highest good. I ask that you cleanse and purify the messaging coming through from above when you send it to us. That channel be cleared and cleaned so we hear clearly. Our eyes so we see clearly. Our mouth and our throat so that we speak the words that need to be spoken clearly. Our ears so we hear the messaging that we need to hear. Our heart so we heal what needs to be healed, and we have enough room to hold space for others that need healing. For anything else that's holding us from growing, to be cleansed and purged and put back into the earth so that it can be restored and renewed and brought back to its original intent. Also bless these hands, that they do the work that needs to be done and only for the highest and greatest good. And here we go. Here, elephant, I'm going to give you a nice little bath too. Beauty. And here's my pendulum. I ask that you bless this pendulum, cleanse this pendulum, and allow this pendulum to become a channel for the messages that need to be heard and the messages that need to be said. And thank you. Okay. So, oh, so nice. I always like lifting it up here, and I envision the ether's connection to the gods and goddesses and creator being re-strengthened. Okay, let's put this over here. This can go by Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel. Okay, here we go. Let me take a drink. You're welcome, Kyla. Yeah, it's very calming, isn't it? Like, I feel so centered now. So here's my pendulum. What do we do with this? We've got it. We're excited. I don't know what to do now. It's very, very simple. You're going to pinch the you know what? I'm just going to lower this just because my arm is short. Here we go. Here's the pendulum. You're going to hold it. You're going to pinch it. And you know what? You can even do this. Some like this. It really doesn't matter. I want you to know there's no hard set rules to this, right? You just trust your gut. We've said our prayer and we've set our intentions. I've blessed this pendulum. Now it's ready. So now we want to call what we call programming. I want you to ask your pendulum if your name is Claudette. And then you just be still and watch what the pendulum does. Is my name Claudette? And you'll notice what it's doing. So I'm going to say counterclockwise will be my yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to say, is my name Barbara? And just watch what it does. Is my name Barbara? I can feel it. You will feel it. The tension changes. Do you see it? It's kind of shaking now. It's trying to stop and go its other way, whatever it's going to do. I can just feel the tension, the fighting inside it. Oh, now it's doing its thing. Is my name Barbara? I wonder for me, like what I would take from this is the tension and the fighting. I think that it doing this would be my no. Oh yeah, it likes that. It's very calm now. So that's my no. So counterclockwise will be my yes. And this tension and then sitting still will be my no. So that's it, guys, literally. Now you could ask all kinds of things and more directions. So like, You could say, like, what will be a maybe, pendulum? Can you tell me what maybe looks like because it's undecided? And look what's going on. Now it's going straight back and forth. So when that happens, that will be my maybe. I really love this, actually. Wow. So that's a really strong maybe. So we literally could ask this pendulum anything we wanted. Pretty cool, hey? I brought along something that you might find interesting. So this isn't exactly meant to be a pendulum mat, but it gives you an idea. So like they don't say this is a pendulum mat, but this totally could be one. Look at what's going on here. Imagine if you are doing a love reading and you say, like, what sign will be the love of my life? You could literally hang your pendulum over this and it will start to go around and it will start to go and point somewhere. And it would pick the sign. People use mats all the time. Like I said, it's not really my go-to thing, although I did do a course, which I think is really fascinating. Oh God, this was probably like 4 years ago for Akashic record reading with the pendulum, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Oh, I love what it's trying to do right now. It's going all over the place. It's probably trying to find Leo. Where's Leo? That's the love of my life. David's sign. But what I liked here too is, like, on this one in particular, you can see like there's dates, right? So there's so much you could do with this. Like, when can I expect that pay raise? And you could literally have your pendulum and it would be pointing to a month, or like in this case, February 2nd. Well, then you know it would be around that time in February, early February, that you would get your pay raise. So yeah, super cool. And there's the seasons on there too. So it could be a general, like in the spring or in the fall, or when we celebrate Samhain, expect this to change, the situation that you're asking about. What do you guys think? I think it's super cool. There's a lot you can do with a pendulum. Some people even do their grocery shopping with a pendulum. Like, they get to the point where I suggest this elbow should be on the table, especially when you're beginning. It's good to have it on the table like this so that you can get a good feel of what your pendulum, and I guess the thing is you got to get to know it, right? You're going to become very bonded with it. And when I say you're bonding with it, you're actually bonding with your ancestors and your guides, your guardian angels, all those people. These are just tools in order to help you connect and have a closer relationship and to learn what it feels like with when you're getting a yes and when you're getting a no and when they want you just to sit back. It's a maybe. We don't know. Undecided. Everything's a tool. Now, for the skeptics that say, oh, I don't believe that, this pendulum is moving all on its own. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. But it is a tool that allows us to subtly get the messages, because now we're so concentrating on this pendulum. We're getting out of our effing heads and we're watching this pendulum do its thing. And that is allowing us to be the conduit we need to be so the angels can talk to us, your guides or your angels can get those messages to you. So you are subtly changing it, even though, I swear when I look at my hand, I'm not doing anything. But I do tend to agree that we probably do start moving it. But this goes into me thinking about whenever someone comes into the store, they'll say things like, I need a stone for this, or I need a stone for that. And honestly, when I start asking them questions, and they'll say, I don't know. And I'll say, no, I think you do know. And I'm not saying that to be mean or like pushy. I'm meaning that we actually do know. We know the answers to our questions. It's just sometimes those answers aren't the ones that we want to hear, or it means a lot of upheaval or change in our lives. But we all know. We're all built with that compass inside of us that tells us right from wrong. So, yes. I can't believe it's 8:26 right now, guys. It feels like it flew by. How do you feel about pendulums now? They're very easy. The more you work with it, the more you'll enjoy it. This one here is a strawberry quartz. And a strawberry quartz is kind of cool because it's just a bunch of iron inside the clear quartz that has created that pink hue, which I just love. I think it loves me. I definitely had a feeling when I picked this out a long time ago and I tucked it on my elephant that one day I'd be using it. And who knew I'd be using it here on this show, introducing you to my pendulum. I used to use one a long time ago, Kyla says, but I haven't in so long. And it makes her want to use hers again. Well, I hope so. I'm so glad. Please go and get your pendulum. Reconnect with your team. Literally, I have people who walk in the store and they're just like, do I need that? And the pendulum just starts doing its thing. And inside, I think it's so beautiful. And I'm also thinking, you already knew the answer. But it's wonderful that we have these tools so we don't feel like we're doubting ourselves, right? We don't have to go through that. We're like, well, the pendulum told me. So there's nothing wrong with having tools in our lives. Nothing. So thank you. I think that all objects and everything has energy. I think that we're all connected. Items and objects are energetic beings. We all come from the same place. We're all created of things made of this world and things made from out of this world. And even this pendulum can feel my energy as I can feel its energy. We're all connected. So give respect. You know, I just read somewhere that when you walk into your home, to greet it. You know, I do that with the store, but I've just been so disconnected from my home, and that's another reason why I wanted to have more time, is I want to connect with my home and my family. But anyway, I just saw this post and I'm going to start doing it because I love it. I love that. I'm going to start greeting my home when I come home. Say, hello, I've missed you, and what have you been doing, and what have you been looking after for us, and start having a conversation and treating my home with respect. What does Corey say here? The one I received in my Christmas box is perfect for me. My last one cracked. Oh, yeah, Corey, I do remember those pendulums. They were super cool. Super happy to hear that. Well, thank you for indulging me, and I hope that was helpful to you. And if you have any questions about pendulums, you can always reach out to me on Facebook Messenger or send me an email. And talking about reaching out to me, you know how I talk about those Dear Claudette letters? Let me go over here. I'm going to go into here. Dear Claudette letters. I was watching a show because I love watching English shows. I just find they're so calming, and there's just not a lot of like craziness to them. And I don't know how to explain that because I mean, I love American TV too and Canadian TV, but there's something about watching UK channels that I just love, and their programming. It's a little different. It dawned on me, I got an idea from one of the shows that maybe somebody wants to mail a letter to me, because then that is totally anonymous, isn't it? So I think I've posted it here on the screen, the address. This will go to the store. But you literally could just send me a letter. You could type the letter so I don't see any handwriting, or handwrite it, whatever you want to do. But this is truly anonymous, isn't it? If you have a question, something you want to talk about, something you'd like me to discuss, just say, Dear Claudette, and write me a letter, and then I will talk about it on the show. I would love that. I've always had this feeling like I would do something like that. So I would love to get some letters and some requests of topics you'd like to cover. Okay, so we talked about my Dear Claudette letters. I have like a cheat sheet to make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, guys, let's go here because I have a song for you. I'm going to play it because we're going to do the birthdays. I don't have my earphones on, of course, so I don't know if you can hear it. I hope you can hear it. Yes, you can. Happy birthday. I'm wondering if you can hear my voice okay over it, or is it too loud? Because I thought it would be fun to have it in the background while I'm reading all the birthdays. So for this week, we have birthday wishes going out to, Kim Dar's husband. Kim watches the show often, so I thought I would include her hubby and say happy birthday to him. His birthday was today. We also have the beautiful Janelle Hush, Intentions, Oddities, and Art. She was a vendor over at the expo. We can still hear you. Okay, yay, that's going to be our new thing. So I want to extend a very special birthday to Janelle. It's coming up on the 27th, and if you know her, be sure to wish her a happy birthday. I know she would love to see a post. We've got the lovely, beautiful Jennifer Fritzma. Her birthday is on the 28th. So for those of you who know Jennifer, she does amazing work with nails. She's an esthetician over next to City Furniture. I wanted to give her a shout out for her business, but when I went to her page, I didn't see an actual name for her business. So, sorry, Jennifer, but if you want to find her, you contact me and I will help you find her. She's over near City Furniture. There's a little spa in there, and she would love to see you. Laura Frederick. My husband, David, works with her husband, and Laura does a lot of work in the health community. So we want to give her a special birthday. June 28th, she'll be celebrating her birthday. We got Moira Kareen in Baytree area. She's a school teacher now, but she went to school when my kids were in school in Baytree area. So wanted to wish her a happy birthday. And I think my song is going to loop. We got the grand finale. Really cool is Lauren Lawrence. Lauren Lawrence is a dream interpreter. She's also a psychologist, and I discovered her actually through Charlene's podcast. And what I would do, she would have her on the show, and you could actually talk to her like through the chat, and you could have your dreams analyzed if you were lucky enough. So I got to call into the show, and I got to describe one of my dreams, and then she would give an interpretation. And then I got even as lucky as to have one of my dreams in the New York Times, because that's who she writes for. She does dream analysis in the New York Daily News. So I had one of my dreams analyzed there, which was super cool. Let's go over here. Stop screen. I'm going to go present. And I think we've heard enough music, hey? We don't want to overdo it. There we go. I want to show you Lauren, because this is super cool. I'm going to go to present, share screen. We're going to go to Facebook. And then I just have to type in my keyboard here to get you over to that. Here she is. Doesn't that look like a New Yorker right there? City. But I want to go over here and give you an example of what she does. So here's one of her ads, like her posts. I'm going to click on see more. So it says, scroll to read my Society Dreams column today, interpreting Lady Lynn the Rothschild's examination dream here and in New York Social Diary. So let's read what the dream is. So Lady the Rothschild, Lynn Forrester, her dream was, I remember a dream where I was at Columbia Law School Library studying late into the night. There were stacks of books and coffee. The exam was the next day. And then I was running, and somehow I didn't get to the exam, and I didn't graduate. What does this mean? Cool beans. Let's find out what she has to say. The interpretation is, I have often referred to dreams with missed examination motifs as caffeine dreams because they act as powerful stimulants that keep dreamers on their toes and ready for action. Lynn's dream has thankfully supplied the coffee as proof. The stacks of books and the coffee are symbolic equivalents, indicators of her love of stimulation. Although self-deprecating in nature, these anxiety dreams are the trial runs of conscientious individuals, tireless perfectionists, eager for their wake-up calls. The shock value of missing an exam ensures against being unprepared in reality and highlights the importance of vigilance during wakefulness. In Lynn's dream, the process of studying that continues during sleep suggests it is valued more than the examination itself, which is never taken. Wow. In this view, the process or journey is more important than the destination, the final exam. Similarly, one understands that on some level, the graduating event may represent an undesirable finality or ending, which is why it is avoided. After all, the dreamer writes the dream. And in other words, the dream was necessary. The dream is at the behest of the dreamer. And there we go. Look at that. I'll make sure to put that in the comments, show notes, laurenlawrence@aol.com. And you can have a dream analyzed as well privately if you've had one that that's captivated you and you've wanted to know the meaning. Super interesting lady. And it's always interesting, I find, learning other people's interpretation of the meaning of a dream. Since I've been a young child, was always encouraged to pay attention to my dreams. We felt like it was a communication time. You're more aware and you're out of the way so that communication messages can come through, and so I pay attention to my dreams very carefully. Here, let me take these off. So, yeah, I thought you would enjoy that. We can still hear you. Okay, so we are all caught up. Everybody's comments are caught up. We've done our birthdays. I did want to mention, let's remove this. We don't need this anymore. Special happy anniversary. Not only was it David's dad's birthday, but now, yesterday, Mr. and Mrs. Huber, Cliff and Aldine, celebrated 64 years of marriage. So happy anniversary, Mr. and Mrs. Huber. You've got a legacy built, and what a beautiful family you've created. I'll never forget the doctor in Edmonton and how amazed he was that how the children all rallied around Mr. Huber, and it's such a beautiful testament. Thank you for sharing the dream stuff. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. Anytime. Anytime I can share, I'll share what I've come across, and there's always something interesting. What else do we got here? I thought we had another. Oh, yeah, Lindsay Home. Lindsay, I'm not sure if she's listening, but she is a basketball mom, so that's how we've come across each other, and she's celebrating 20 years of marriage. So congratulations to Lindsay and Jeremy on your 20 years of marriage. And I think we have mentioned everybody because Lauren Lawrence was the last that I wanted to talk about. We've talked about the dear letters. The address is still on there. Probably could remove that now. So for anybody who would like to talk to me about something or have me weigh in on something, that's how you do it. Mail me a letter, or you can email me a letter. Right here, Claudette at happyonmain.ca. I will get that letter and I will be more than happy to talk about it on the show. So I think I am going to remove my mailing address. I don't think we need that anymore. You know, I thought it was funny that the pendulum is a strawberry quartz. Being that last show we were talking about the strawberry moon, and this is a strawberry quartz. It's just funny and interesting how all those synchronicities line up, isn't it? What do we have for our special code? I did have a customer come in and quote the code, the shopping code. That was super cool. I was very excited. So here we go. We are going to... That's not right. If I could see. Shopping code. So this week, starting tomorrow until next Wednesday when we do the show again, I'll give you a different code. But for this week, for 7 days, if you use the code FULLTHROTTLE13, you will receive 15% off your store purchase. So that goes for anything in the shop, excluding, of course, a local artisan crafts and products. So full throttle 13 is what you will say at the counter, and I'll give you 15% off of your purchase. We did that. So what's coming up next week, guys? Next week we're going to do our astrology signs again. It's going to be July 2nd, so we want to know what our good days and our bad days are going to be. We don't have to have any bad days though, right? No. That's not good talking. We are just going to look at our maybe more challenging days. And then on July 16th, the following Wednesday, we have Michelle and Kevin talking about how they met and all the synchronicities involved and just how to navigate the dating world. July 23rd, we're going to have Fawn back to read runes. You guys love when Fawn is on. I just thought I would bring this up and put this on the screen because just wanted to wish Fawn a bon voyage. She's going off to the UK, to England for her big adventure. She's going to be flying out on Friday and we're going to miss her. She's going to be gone for a week. And I'm very excited to hear all about her tales. Gosh, I almost feel like if she would be up for it, maybe we should just have her come on the show and talk about her adventures. Hi, Kim. You made it. Did you hear? I did say happy birthday to your hubby. Oh, you did. I hope you did. So I got distracted there. I saw Kim. So the 23rd she'll be here, and then again, just to remind you, the last Wednesday in July I will be out of town, so we won't have a show because I don't know how that would work in a hotel. I just know the internet is terrible when I travel, so I have no idea what that would be like. I feel like it would be a nightmare in Edmonton, so I'll see. I mean, if you see me pop up on Wednesdays because I'm just winging it, and we'll see. Ah, you saw it. Good, Kim. Well, is there anything anybody else wants to talk about? I'm going to look at my notes here. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Do we have time? 8:45. Yes. So for those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, like my personal page, you may have noticed, because I'm not usually aggressive, but I felt like I needed to kind of come out with my claws. I was a little bit miffed over a post I did and what happened. So actually, we're going to go to share screen. Stop screen. Present, share screen. I'm going to go to my Facebook page again. But this time, let's go to my page. And, yeah. So here's my friend, Christopher. He had put a post on his wall, and I wanted to share the love, so I put it on my wall to let people know that, you know, he's offering readings and healing with his Reiki. It says here, maybe you don't know which way to turn or have questions. You can always phone me. I'm here for you. Monday, Thursday from 12 to 5. I do a bit of everything from tarot card readings, house commercial clearings, using energy work for medical mysteries, and maybe you're having a hard time having kids. If you have any questions, give me a call. And he has his phone number there. So I just wanted to, you know, share in that love. And then this is what I had underneath for a comment. Oh, Kim liked it, so she might have seen the comment. A scripture. That describes my upbringing in a nutshell. Scripture. Can you believe the busybodies that feel the need to go on somebody's personal page and taint it with their own personal beliefs? Like, religion is a topic you don't bring up at the table, you don't discuss, unless you're all of like-minded. It's just not polite. And I feel like they came into my space and like it's like having the rainbow walk for Pride Week and somebody coming through and smearing it with their tire tracks. That's how it felt to me. I had put this nice post to promote a friend, and I have this family member. Honestly, I barely know her. Like, I think I've seen her twice in my life. Like, I've hardly ever had an opportunity to spend any time with her. And the small time that I did, I could see very quickly that they were very, like, uptight and fundamental and very religious. And the fact that she went onto my page under a post and put the scripture, it was sending a very loud message. Like, she was taking an opportunity to preach and to insinuate that we need to have our lives saved. And I'm over that. I'm done. It's not cool. And then what really got me to was to see my sister heart it. I have a sister that as well is very, very religious, like into her religion. And, you know, that mentality, they feel like they have got to save the world. You know, it's their job. I would love to just turn the script on them and say, don't you think God can save the world? I don't think he needs you. I think he's doing a good enough job on his own. For me, I'm in a point in my life, and I've been there for quite a while, where you don't have the right to infringe on in my personal space. And I need to have boundaries. So I wanted to just let everybody else know that's struggling with boundaries. It's okay. And even family, it's okay. So I'm going to go back and show you what I ended up doing. Because I feel like people need to see this so that they can also feel like it's okay to speak up when you feel someone's done something that feels wrong. Because it is wrong, and you have a right to stand up for yourself. I simply said, my page equals my rules. Do not use my personal space for preaching your dogma. And of course I said, fuck around and find out. And I put this beautiful post here, and it has a really fun song. You probably can't hear it. I don't know.
Hey, feeling good.
It's not going to play. But it was really cool and very cute about keeping your vibes good. And, oh my, are you kidding me, Shayna? I cannot believe you never travel and you came to my store. Sorry, guys, I just totally got sideswiped. Oh my God, that's my adopted sis right there. I cannot believe it. And she came to Dawson and I wasn't there. I need my Mondays off, Shayna. I do. Sorry I wasn't there. Yeah, so I posted this and I blocked my sister and I blocked this woman who married my cousin because honestly, they have no right to do what they did. Thank you, Shifting Realities. It's kind of a weird place to be when someone pushes you and forces you in a corner where now you have to push back and be that bitch. Because I don't like being that bitch. Most people who know me know that I want to give everybody the space and the room to be who they need to be and want to be and the grace to figure that out, right? But when you're coming into my personal space and pushing yourself on me, it's not right. So I've blocked my sister. And I'm okay with that. Honestly, no longer sitting at your table. Amen. That's exactly right, Corey. Yes, 100% good for you. It's not right to shove your religion and opinions down other people's throats. Exactly, Kyla. Like my husband last night, he come home and he's after work or after the anniversary party because I couldn't go. I had to work. And he's like, "So, honey, how was your day?" And I showed him the post and he's such a calm guy too, right? But he just like, it makes me so angry that someone would make such an obvious step over a boundary, like into someone's personal space like that. And to plant poison, like it's so unnecessary. What do you think that does? Do you think that posting like something like that ingratiates yourself and makes somebody want to be a convert? They don't have any awareness outside of themselves, and it just helps them look mean. It's such an ugly look. And so, yeah, if you have family that are crossing boundaries, it's totally okay to block them. It's totally okay to ghost them. Honestly, it's not going to be a shock to her that I've done it. We've struggled in the past to find like any common ground where we can actually talk because she is so full of this need to convert the world that anything I'm doing or want to talk about would be sacrilegious to her. Like literally, she'd probably have to go pray for her soul. Do you know my mom prays every night that she will go to heaven? She doesn't have that assurance that she's going to heaven. She has to make sure she prays every night that she's going to go to heaven. I have to ask for forgiveness of my sins so that I can go to heaven. Wow. It's such a trap that man has made, and it hurts my heart to see all these souls. And I just want to start crying because they're not wasting, but they're not able to live their full potential of what this lifetime has to offer them. They've decided to bow down to dogma and rules and allow someone else to tell them what is right and wrong when we were all born with that inside of us. And I believe that there are many paths to heaven, whatever heaven looks like. And I think there are many versions of heaven. And, but you know what, guys? So many times today and yesterday that this has been coming up where it's not your job to to win somebody over. It's not your job to make them happy. It's not your job to worry that they're going to be unhappy. I know, Blake. It is okay, right? We have to be okay. We have to look at everybody's soul as they are doing their journey. And it's their journey. It's not my journey. And it is the exact journey they're supposed to be on. And so we honor them all. As we say, I'm going to love you and leave you. Right, Blake? I'm loving and leaving them. I'm not engaging because we all know that's going to go nowhere. But I just want you to know that it's not your job to be worried if you're going to upset someone when you stand up for yourself or you say, that's not okay. It's not your job to be worried about rocking the boat. Your job is to be true to your soul because you're here for a very important reason. And you have things that you need to accomplish in this lifetime. And I want you all to have the best life possible. And in order to do that, we do have to ruffle feathers from time to time. We do have to shed some people that are holding us back. And we all know what that feels like, right? We all know when someone is actually dulling our shine, and yet we keep them in our lives. You got to be brave, girls and boys. You got to be able to say, love you and leave you. So I'm just going to leave that with you because I think that there are people out there that are unnecessarily being victims in their families, allowing other people to cross over boundaries and their behavior and how they treat them. And you are just as important as they are. Your soul weighs exactly the same on that scale of Anubis. So stop whatever that programming is in your head that you somehow, somewhere decided to adopt to say that I'm not as important as that person because we're all equal. You're equal to your mother-in-law. You're equal to your brother. You're equal to your sister. You're equal to your boss. And you deserve to be respected. So, know how good it feels when you do stand up for yourself. And it gets easier and easier. It's like a muscle. You've got to start to exercise it. You've got to start pushing back. And you can do it in a kind and gracious way. And you know what? Life is so good because the quicker you get rid of these people in your life that are not being respectful and loving and getting you on your best and highest path, the better your life is, and the quicker you get back on track and you keep going and living and thriving. And that's what I want for all of you, to live and thrive and to become the greatest potential that you have for this lifetime. What is it that you came here to achieve? So that is, in a nutshell, what I was dealing with. And I just, the lyrics, a song, they always talk to me through song. So I had the song from the Bee Gees Boys, How Deep Is Your Love? And in the chorus, it says, how deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world full of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. And we belong to you and me. And I love that. We should be building each other up. And we all belong to each other. And I think we should all be treating each other with love and encouragement. My sister's a part of me and I'm a part of her, and she's a part of the sky, and we're a part of the earth, and we're a part of the cosmos. We're a part of God, Creator. And so when you hurt someone, you're hurting everyone. I think we need to get out of everybody's business and just worry about ourselves. Everybody's got enough to worry about just dealing with their own lives. Let's just concentrate on love, because that's what this world needs. I also, just before we leave, I wanted to say a special thanks to the gods and goddesses that my sister Marilyn is okay. She actually was caught in a 9-person pileup in Grand Prairie a few days back. And yeah, that was pretty scary. It rattled her. She saw an Escalade in front of her just get plowed into full speed. And she didn't even realize that was a coworker of hers. It was after work and everyone was headed home, and she did not realize that was someone she had just said goodbye to. Have a good day. So that person, her coworker is in the hospital with serious injuries, and my sister's pretty rattled. She's okay. She's safe. Her vehicle doesn't look so great, but these are moments where we really can stop and pause and say, is it worth all the little shit? Is it worth putting a comment on a Facebook page? Like, get out of your asses, people. Go live your best life. Figure out ways to sow seeds of love and encouragement. That's what you do. I think that's it. I'm going to leave you with a quote, and then I'll play my song that I love. Thanks, Corey. I feel that. It's a Rumi quote, so it's poetry. And it says, to become the person you wish to be costs you the person you are. To become the person you wish to be costs you the person you are. Something to think about. Are you brave enough to leave the person you are to become the person you wish to become? All right. I'm going to love you and leave you because I love it when Blake says that. Thanks for everyone for joining. Thank you to all those that will be joining us later. We appreciate you. We are all in it to win it in this game we call life. You can show your appreciation by subscribing to the YouTube channel, because that is the one place I can guarantee you'll never would miss a show. So thanks everyone, and peace out.
Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why, when everything is falling and all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know, closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found, where the light is found, where the light is found, where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone. When everything feels dark around, just look inside where light is Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why, when everything is falling, and all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone. When everything feels dark around, just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know. Closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone. When everything feels dark around, just look inside where light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone. When everything feels dark around, just look inside where light is found.